Megi is the 10th and strongest typhoon to hit the Philippines this year. The Hong Kong Observatory is also tracking the storm, and acting senior scientific officer Yung Han Yin says the eye of Megi has already made its mark.
The super typhoon make landfall this afternoon on the Luzon island of the Philippines, and we expect it will move across the island and then will enter the South China Sea tomorrow.
The brunt of Typhoon Megi has kicked up winds that are being categorized as the highest rating, a Category 5 super typhoon with winds of up to 225 kilometers per hour. Villagers in the Philippines could be seen scrambling to prepare for the worst, like this man who frantically tied down his makeshift roof. 3,000 people were evacuated in the province of Cagayan on the northern tip of the Sierra Madre Mountains. People sought refuge in temporary shelters. Luzon's Cagayan Valley accounts for up to 12% of the nation's rice output. If the region is hit hard, as forecasters expect, 159,000 metric tons of rice will be lost, and an estimated 88 hectares of rice crops will be destroyed. Megi's intensity remains uncertain, but the Hong Kong Observatory says residents here can expect a bit of backlash by Wednesday.
We will experience the strengthening winds over our area, and also weather will become cloudier with showers.
Knowing it is better to be safe than sorry, massive storm preparations were taken in the Philippines. Thousands of military reserve officers and volunteers are on standby, along with helicopters, including 6 Chinooks sent by the U.S. military. Hong Kong will feel the impact of severe Typhoon Megi later this week. Megi was a super typhoon, but has weakened slightly. Still, the observatory has not ruled out the storm gaining strength again. At 4 p.m., Megi was centered about 460 kilometers southeast of Dongsha. It's forecast to move west or west-northwest at about 10 kilometers per hour across the northern part of the South China Sea.
Locally, our weather forecast outlook for the next few days is that local winds will strengthen gradually, and there will be swells over the seas, and also there will be heavy rain and squalls in the latter part of this week.
Earlier, Megi took its toll on the Philippines, killing 10 people in its path and leaving a wasteland of flattened trees in the northern part of the country. The storm dumped heavy rains on the capital of Manila and sent thousands scrambling for safety before heading across the sea towards southern China. Megi packed winds of up to 225 kilometers per hour as it made its way across the northern region of the main Philippine island of Luzon. Officials said it was a Category 5 typhoon, the highest ranking, enough to declare a state of calamity and warn people to get to shelters. It was a shame not everyone heeded that warning. Countless residents stayed in their homes. Tragedy struck one family in the Pangasinan province. A large tree that had been uprooted from the typhoon fell on top of one home, killing a resting mother and her 2 children inside. In the aftermath, hillside villages were littered with uprooted trees and debris from blown-off rooftops. The soft ground could be seen breaking apart in rock slides with fallen trees blocking the roads. The strength of the winds could be seen at this scene, where the roof of one Shell gas station completely toppled over. As the world's biggest rice importer, the Philippines was spared. Conservative estimates from the Farm Ministry reveals that only 10% of rice crops have been destroyed. Megi is now headed into the South China Sea, and tropical storm risk projections have it headed towards China, with the center passing between Hainan Island and Hong Kong. The National Meteorological Center said Megi may be the worst to hit the country this year. Already 140,000 people have been evacuated from low-lying areas in 15 cities on Hainan Island after days of torrential rain battered the region. Although it is too early to accurately predict where and when Megi will make landfall, authorities warn that central and western part of Guangdong province are the most vulnerable.